Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that have prepared me to hike the Appalachian Trail. At the end, I'll share 5 books that are on my future reading list. I have spent 10 years researching hiking and backpacking. Next year, I'll be through hiking the Appalachian Trail. Before I even set foot on trail, I bought the 2015 version of the AT Guide. It is a handbook for hiking the Appalachian Trail put together by David Miller. He thru-hiked the AT and also wrote AWOL on the AT. And I bought this to follow along with the first thru-hiker I ever watched on YouTube. I love numbers, and this spoke my love language. I followed the YouTuber's journey page by page, looking at all of the mileage, the town stops, and learning about the elevation. In 2023, I bought the updated version, and you can see in the other book as well, when I go on section hikes, I tear out the pages of the sections that I'm doing and I bring them with me. I do use a digital map. It's called Far Out, but I always bring a paper version just in case my phone dies. And I like to highlight on there the shelters that I'm staying at and any roads that I could bail out on if I needed to. I'll also be buying the 2026 version. I think it's coming out shortly. I'll bring that with me on my thru hike next year, but I won't bring the whole thing. I'll just send myself sections of it. The second book I bought was How to Hike the Appalachian Trail by Chris Cage, a comprehensive guide to plan and prepare for a successful thru hike. Chris thru-hiked the AT in 2012 and is also the founder of the backpacking food company Green Valley Meals. This book is a great guide for thru-hikers. It covers budgeting, meal planning, gear, physical and mental prep, nutrition, and trail life. He shares what he learned to help others complete the trail. How to Hike the AT by Chris Clemens, Simple Thoughts from a Thru-hiker. It's like a how-to guide for long-distance hiking, emphasizing that there's no wrong way to do the right thing. The Longest Mile, 9 Days in the Great Smoky Mountains by Ryan Watkins. The Smoky Mountains had always, and actually still do, intimidate me. They are unpredictable, mysterious, and isolated. I got this book to read about the 70 miles that the AT runs through the park. It's about how 3 guys experienced the most physically demanding and personally rewarding 9 days of their life. I also bought a paper map to go along with the book so that I could follow along with where they were. Then there is a book that I have read 3 times, Appalachian Trials by Zach Davis. Zach thru-hiked the AT and is the co-host of Backpacker Radio, one of my favorite podcasts. This is a good guide for anyone, not just hikers. It focuses on the psychological and emotional prep that most people forget about. He states that the biggest obstacle is mental, not physical. Most people quit because of psychological challenges, not because of their fitness or gear. This has helped me to prepare to do tough things and not to give up. It has taught me that conquering mental obstacles is the key to success. This is Lost on the AT by Kyle Roig. It's about Kyle's AT thru-hike with his dog. It shows what it takes mentally and physically to overcome obstacles on the trail. In all of my books, I fold over the edges, you can kind of see there, of things that I've learned, little tips and tricks, and I underline it and add it to my notes. Like this one, the eyes of non-threatening animals reflect green in false light, while predators' eyes reflect yellow. I never knew that. That's pretty cool. And then this, he says, It's a good rule to keep the price of your current resupply at or under the number of miles that you've hiked since your last resupply. He had hiked more than 30 miles of trail, and his resupply cost him $28. So that was something that I didn't know either. AWOL on the AT by David Miller. He was a software engineer that left his job, family, and friends to fulfill a lifelong dream and hike the AT. I related to him since I work in an office and have always dreamt of hiking the AT. This is not merely a travel guide. It is a beautifully written and highly personal view into one man's journey and the insights gained by abandoning what is comfortable and routine. This book is an account of his thru-hike and what it meant to him to make a lifelong vision come true. It had a lot of real information in it about what it's like to hike the trail. The Barefoot sisters walking home. After these two sisters walked the AT from Maine to Georgia, they decided that the best way to get home was just to turn around and walk the AT north. This book is actually the second half of the Barefoot sisters' account of their hike. I haven't read the first half, just the walking home part. The first book is called The Barefoot Sisters Southbound, and they walked the trail barefoot. They put so much detail into their book that you feel like you're there with them. The Backpacker's Field Manual, a comprehensive guide to mastering backcountry skills. This is the most comprehensive backpacking guide. It focuses on essential skills like itinerary, equipment, what food, clothing, and other supplies to pack, choosing a campsite, setting up camp, navigating with a map and compass, identifying trees and plants, what to do if something unexpected happens, what to do if you find a lost person, seeking shelter in a lightning storm, and first aid. I have referred to this book so many times and have lent it out to friends. Hiking from Home, a long-distance hiking guide for family and friends. This is written by Juliana Chauncey, also known as Chaunce. She is the other co-host of the Backpacker Radio podcast. This is a great guide for those supporting a thru-hiker. It explains the basics of long-distance hiking, such as logistics, what hikers eat, where they sleep, how they know where to go, and safety. I bought it to help my family and friends better understand long-distance hiking. I have also marked a lot of pages to refer back to. Let me know if you read a book that should be on my list. Okay, here are 5 books that I still want to read. The Old Lady on Trail by Mary Davidson. My sister bought this for my birthday. This is a memoir of Mary's journey to complete the Triple Crown. That is all 3 major trails in the U.S., the Appalachian Trail, Continental Divide Trail, and Pacific Crest Trail. She began long-distance hiking when she was 60 and finished all 3 of these when she was 76. This book is about her experiences, the challenges of aging on trail, and her encounters with wildlife. The Last American Man by Elizabeth Gilbert. She also wrote Eat, Pray, Love. This is the true story of Eustace Conway. In 1977, when he was 17, he left his home and moved to the Appalachian Mountains. For more than 2 decades, he lived there, making fire with sticks, wearing skins from animals that he killed, trying to convince Americans to give up their materialistic lifestyles and return back to nature. Another book that I want to read is Grandma Gatewood's Walk by Bill Montgomery. This is a biography of Emma Gatewood. She was the first woman to hike the AT solo. It was in 1955 when the trail wasn't that old, but she was 67 years old. She was just a country woman that lived a tough life as a mother and wife. She just needed to go and told her family that she was going for a walk. Another one is Becoming Odessa by Jennifer Farr Davis. This is a personal account of her first thru-hike. It describes her physical and emotional transformation on trail. Since her first thru-hike, she has held several fastest known time records and was named one of National Geographic's Adventurers of the Year. A book and then a movie that a lot of you know is A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. This book is a memoir of his attempt to hike the AT. It's a mix of adventure, history of the trail, and is known for its humor. I have watched the movie. I don't remember a lot of it, but the book seems to be popular, so I do want to read it. Over the next few months, I'll be posting weekly videos. Let me know if you have any questions that you want answered, if you want to know about how I'm preparing. I have some ideas. I might be doing a video on safety. I've gotten a lot of questions about how I'm going to be safe. It's not really a topic that I want to tackle, but it's the main question everybody has. I will be doing one about the food that I'm bringing, my resupply boxes, and definitely my gear. I'll do several videos on that. That's what I'm most passionate about. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.